Greetings all. I am here to analyze the entire COVID coronavirus situation and Jamaica in particular, not around the world. Jamaica is a different place. We are undergoing a beating, so to speak, from this coronavirus thing, and it's affecting both socially and economically and medically, because people are getting sick and people are dying, and there's no doubt about that. The government obviously is putting out their best, and sometimes trying your best is not the right thing, because trying your best, when you finish trying your best and your best don't work, what else are you going to try? This is a pandemic that must be managed by all of us, because Jamaica is owned by all of us, not just by the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health. All of us must play our part. Some of us can't play our part because we don't have the authority to tell or dictate anything. But we are in a position to do what we can do physically, or we can make some suggestions. Today I'm going to give my view and my analysis on the entire thing, and I would like to make some suggestions as what to do, what can be done based on my observation. A country that is been running on curfew for such a long time, lockdown certain time, now we gone down to lockdown and run the country for 2.5 days a week for a couple of weeks. It is going to make us all fall in a hole of catastrophe. I am going to give my views, what I see, and I'm going to suggest my solution. Friday in particular is the biggest congestion I've ever seen. It takes you 5 hours to go take a 5-minute journey. And when you do get to the supermarket to pick up your few little things that you don't have any money, so you have to hold it in a little basket. I have 5 items in a basket, and it takes you 2.5 hours in a crowd of people or in a line just to get to the cashier, the same thing that the curfew is trying to prevent the gathering. You go to the tax office. You cannot get through a day in the tax office. The tax office inside social distancing 6 feet apart, and outside you're in a crowd in a gathering, trying to get there just to get something done. That alone is going to destroy the revenue of the country, because that is where the government collects its money. If you cannot freely pay the money to the government, how the government going to get the money to run the country? A man have a car on the wharf, or whatever you have on the wharf, you can't get it, especially within this 2-day thing. And then they're going to charge you for storage, and it's not your fault why you don't go for it. Yeah? We're talking about you have some people who cannot survive day after day. A man cooks soup to live. A man cooks soup to live. When does his soup sell? Day or night time? He cannot work because the country under lockdown. Quite a few other things that people do on a daily basis. A hand cat man, him can't work because him have to work every day to eat. Jamaica is not a place like some other first world country that everything is in tin. We don't have tin ackee, we have raw ackee that can't stay for 2 days. We have some vendors on the street that sell them fruit. Some guys downtown in the market, them sell fruit vendors, so to speak. Orange, pine, banana, naseberry, all kind of fruits. When the country locked down, what then do with them? Mega Mart and those places have a whole heap of fruits that then took on consignment from the farmers. When the supermarket closed down for the whole Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, open back Wednesday, half day or whatever it is, what happened to those? Fruits don't wait on nobody for ripe. When a man in the field having cabbage and him popcho and all these things that if him don't cut them by a certain time, some people sell them little thing every day, you know. Some man can buy 2 of this, them also today if buy back 2 tomorrow. So the whole thing is coming down in a one point where while the government is trying to reduce gathering, you're causing gathering. You're causing gathering. Tax office gathering. I went to Knutsford Express to send a package to a brethren in Ocherios. The package is so small like a card pack and hold into my pocket. And I usually go to Knutsford Express, and because the lockdown open back on Wednesday, 2 long lines gone almost cross the road. Who want to pick up your package and who want to send a package? So end up in a crowd. You end up in a crowd just to send a package where you used to go in by yourself alone. I left there and I went to the Scotia Bank with a Fairview. And to my surprise, the ATM, long line, it take me 2.5 hours just to get to the ATM to get $5,000. Not to mention the elderly, they have some sitting a chair outside. Vulnerable in the crowd outside. Another set of people over to the other side come all the way out in the car park. Just trying to get in the bank to do their business. It's not everybody do online business. A man say him have somebody dead and he want to pay some money to the administrator general or something like that to process something like that. He probably don't know the online thing or probably don't work. How do they get through? The whole country is under problem because of all these curfews and lockdown. I agree with reducing the gathering, but you cannot in the process of reducing the gathering causing the gathering. I see where the government is doing this vaccination blitz. And the people are going to get the vaccine to save themselves from COVID and is gathering in a crowd of people to get your vaccine. Then what is the sense? You cause the problem. You're causing the problem that you are solving. If all of these things continue like this, we are going to get worse. The rate of COVID that is going how many per days, yet we have so many lockdown weekends, that these things cause it. The same gathering that come before, when you lock down the people, you lock them down with COVID. Because them gather half day on a Friday. How the government is paying out the country's money to people that are working 2.5 days a week. Do you pay them for a full week? What about the business places that employ their staff on a weekly basis or fortnightly? Do they pay them for a full week? Or do they only pay them for 2.5 days when they're only making 2.5 days money? That can't work. So, in order to seek some solution to the thing, I will not only be criticizing anything, I'm only speaking logics. I am going to offer my solution to the government now. Honorable Minister Tufton, read the vaccination blitz that we say people must get vaccinated. Go back for the nurses that did not make it in the health sector because space were not available. They probably did not get certified. Space is not available, so find them. You are the government. Fast forward the track and recertify them because they are already qualified to even give injections. Some of them work at call center, some of them work and set up the vaccination site all over Jamaica, like how people sell guinea when it's guinea time. Every corner street, one little shed. Every corner lane, every plaza, every supermarket. One, just like it's in a Christmas time, the Salvation Army come out. Everywhere in a Jamaica, set up a little thing where a man have to join no line for getting vaccine. Mr. Prime Minister, open the country, do the reverse, open the country for 24 hours a day. You can lock down the gathering, lock down funeral, lock down church if you want, lock down entertainment if you want, lock down gathering if you want. But give people an option to walk into a place and buy something when it's you alone. The same security force that is manning the entire curfew, let them man these places so that thief don't break into them 1 o'clock at night. Everybody business must open 24 hours. You see all the bus that hold 40 people is carrying 60 because everybody is trying to get home out of curfew. Taxi that carry 5 is carrying 8. Everybody want to get home before the lockdown. This is the problem that you're causing, the same problem that you're trying to solve. Open up the country 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you want something to buy at the supermarket, you can go there 2 o'clock and they're shopping. You're alone in the cool of the morning. Make the security force and the soldier them who is manning all these checkpoints be the security for these places. So no, but them not afraid about being robbed, and then people can walk at their own leisure. Tax office, a man supposed to can walk in the tax office 2 o'clock one morning and him pay him tax. Because this is the only way. We are not a first world country where everything in a tin. We not buy no mango in a tin, we not buy ackee in a tin, so all our fruits and vegetables, them are going to spoil. These fruits and vegetables are the same one them that can help fight the COVID. You know. It's not only the vaccine can fight COVID, you know, because people was recovering long before the vaccine. Nobody's telling the people to build your, what you call your immune system. We can't help that, you know. Eat up all these fruits and vegetables. And as a matter of fact, Mr. Government, you need to mandate the university to see if we can search out the bush them in Jamaica. If no bush can be the remedy for COVID, because if we just find one leaf, what this become the solution for COVID, we probably don't need tourism, you know. Are we going to try to find something else? People are scared. People have different reasons why they want to or don't want to take the vaccine, to each his own. But isn't there some other solution or something else in the meantime while you wait? The country not have enough vaccine to give everybody in the first place, you know. So if everybody didn't even want it today, then still wouldn't get it, you know. What do we do in the meantime? If you go to hospital for something else, you are going to die from COVID because a crowd of people is gathering at the hospital. We cannot afford the gathering, my boss. So while Honorable Prime Minister, you are doing the right thing, you can be doing the right thing and it end up being the wrong thing. You have to reduce the possibility of gathering. And my solution, as I said again, open the whole country 24 hours a day. But when a man want gas, is him alone at the gas pump. When a man want to go in a taxi, you know, if you go in a no crowd. When you want to go in a bus, if too much people in the bus, you don't go in there. Bus can carry its capacity and everybody in their mass because people are not gathering or hurrying. It's last minute rush. When a whole bus reach a Savlama, 80 people in a bus that carry 40. Them have to reach home by 8. Or them have to reach home by the lockdown time. So, this is just my conscious view, you know. My view, my opinion, my suggestion. I am not here to mandate anything. But if you're doing your best and your best is not good enough, after you finish doing your best and in a work, you're in a trouble. If you do your best, Prime Minister, there are 2 universities exist in this world, or in Jamaica in particular. You have the University of the West Indies, where people go and get educated, so to speak, academically educated. There's another university in UKU, where most of the people go, University of Knowledge and Understanding, the university that they never graduate from. It's out the road, you know. You get wisdom, knowledge, and experience, and it all come down to one thing, common sense, that name intelligence. Sometimes it's not the educated or the curriculum educated advice you need to get. You need to get advice and education from the grassroots, man. Would have solved crime long time for when you talk to the criminal them. Them commit crime and them for solve it, them for tell you what to do. Listen to the small man, Mr. Prime Minister. Jalif, Mackie Conscious Views.